Hi guys, 7MLC here, back with another video to help you improve your game, and today I've got 5 tips to help you master one of the most satisfying techniques in football, the side volley. So the side volley is a technique that can be used both for shooting and also passing the ball. And unlike a traditional volley where we approach the ball head on, as the name suggests, we're approaching the ball side on. So a few tips to help you master this technique is first, being on your toes and keeping your eye on the ball at all times. If the ball's bouncing or coming through the air, it's a lot more difficult to judge than when the ball's on the ground. So if we're on our toes, we're able to adjust to the flight of the ball and predict where it's going to be. You don't want to be flat-footed, so when you're having to react at the last second, that's just going to mess up your technique. So make sure you're on your toes, keeping focused on that ball so you can be in the right place at the right time. And the second tip is our planting foot. So our planting foot determines where the shot typically is going to go. It's going to help you with the accuracy. So unlike a normal shot, usually you're in a position where your planting foot's already pointing at your target and you're swinging through. But because we're approaching the ball side on, we really have to open up our foot to point at our target. So if I'm pointing at the goal here, as you can see, I'm having to open up 90 degrees so that I can follow through from the side. So making sure we're not staying flat-footed in the direction that we're volleying from, because we're going to be off balance and it's going to be a lot more difficult to follow through. So if we're approaching it from the side, make sure we open up that foot. That's going to generate enough room to swing through the ball and follow through towards our target. Tip 3 is rotating our body. That's going to help us with our momentum and generate power through the shot. For a traditional volley, you're usually using your backswing as momentum, but for a side volley, you don't have the ability to get that backswing because you're approaching it from a side position. So we're going to use our body, our rotation, to generate that same momentum, and it's going to put more power through the shot. So before you swing your leg, you're first going to turn your hips. So if I'm shooting with my right leg, my left shoulder is turning outwards, and then my foot's going to follow through. So the momentum is coming from that rotation, and that's going to help me generate power through my swing, which is going to increase the power in the shot. Tip 4 is contact area. So where on the foot we strike with and where on the ball we connect with. So we want to be striking with our laces and making sure they're flat against the ball. So that's why we need to raise our leg high so that we can make a flat surface. If our foot's angled like this, it's going to go up in the air. If it's angled too much over the ball, you're going to strike into the ground. And the same with the contact area on the ball. You want to be hitting right through the center of the ball. That's going to make the ball travel flat through the air and glide. If you hit too high on the ball, you're going to hit it into the ground. And if you hit too low on the ball, it's going to travel over the bar. And the 5th tip is our follow through. So this is what our body does after we've made contact with the ball. So first thing, we want to make sure we're following through towards our target. So whether that's the goal or our teammate, if we follow through towards our target, that's going to help with the accuracy of the strike. And second thing, we want to make sure as we make contact through the center of the ball, we then chop down to generate some backspin. If we hit right through the center of that ball and follow through, it's going to add a little bit of knuckle. It's going to make the spin a little bit more unpredictable, which isn't a bad thing if we're shooting on goal because it makes it more challenging for the goalkeeper. But especially if we're passing the ball, it's going to make it really difficult for our teammate to control. So as we make contact with the ball, we're going to follow through but chop down on it. That's going to generate backspin and help the ball glide through the air. So there we go guys, a few tips to help you master the side volley. And remember, the most important tip is to get out there and practice as much as possible. That's the only way it's going to become permanent and help you use it in a match situation. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the Unisport channel by clicking the bubble over my head here, and also check out more awesome videos by clicking the playlist down here. And if you want more tips and tutorials from me, you can also check out my YouTube channel over here. But once again, thanks for having me. I'm 7MLC. I'm out.